If you have a race coming up, don't care the distance, just whatever race is important to you and you want to peak for that race, just pick one. And imagine that you're training really well leading up to it, but you haven't really measured your progress. You haven't done any tune-up races, okay? Let's say you're training for a marathon, okay? So you run a half marathon tune-up 1 month before. Now here's 2 scenarios for you. I want you to feel what these would feel like, all right? Scenario number 1, at your tune-up half marathon, you run a PR by a small margin. It's still a PR, but you trained for it. Leading up to that half marathon, you wanted to run a PR. So even though your marathon's coming, you knew that half marathon was coming. So you did half marathon workouts and like faster tempo runs, and you did whatever it was, right? Whatever gets you ready for a half marathon. And then you did it. You pushed really hard. And then on race day, you grounded out, you redlined it, you really did everything you could, and you squeaked out a PR. Okay, so it feels good. You may celebrate, but think about how you feel about your marathon. You probably feel optimistic about your marathon, but you also know that you worked really flipping hard to get that half and you just barely made it. So that marathon PR, it's like, can you do it? Well, if everything goes perfectly and you work just as hard, because it's longer, it's harder, right? You're gonna hit the wall maybe in a marathon, then maybe you can do it. So it feels good because you're in a PR. But now contrast it with this. Let's say instead that you did not train for that half marathon whatsoever. You didn't focus on it. You didn't taper for it. You almost don't care about it. It's a tune-up race and that's all it is. You focus on the marathon only. And in 3 weeks before the half, when you could do a half marathon workout, nope, you do a marathon workout instead. You get yourself prepared for the one thing. Now, race day comes and you run the exact same time as you did in the first scenario and you PR. But how do you feel now? Because your PR came from not training for it. Now you ask yourself questions like, wow, what can I do at the marathon? If I'm that fit in the half marathon and I didn't even train for it, what am I going to be able to do in the marathon? And you start feeling like it's a lock-in. Like that PR is so done, I'm actually going to go for more. And your confidence goes up and your belief in yourself goes up. And you start to have faith in your training, because if you can run that well off non-specific training, how well can you run with your specific training? Oh boy, the sky's the limit. Here it comes, and you're eager and you're salivating and you feel ready. I got goosebumps thinking about it, right?